neighbor. He's from one of the Asian countries. And he approached me one good idea that he had been working in one of the company. And that particular company is extremely huge and it is more bigger than Amazon's. So therefore, it is not that much popular. And since myself graduating from high schools, I was quite desperate to see whether there is any opportunity to earn so much amount of money because those are kind of the mindsets many of what's that name? Many of adults as well as the teenager they have in their mind. So suddenly, whenever he told me that, hey, there is some kind of lucrative way in which only the things you have to do is just acquire as many of your friends, as many family member to join in your teams. Then once they will gonna join in your teams, you will gonna earn some commissions, and eventually you will become a leader. And after you become a leader, then they're gonna give you some what's that called? Some titles, and you will become some of the famous persons within that particular teams. And initially, I was quite convinced because when I get connected with someone for the first times, I analyze a person, and eventually I observe a person what he is doing, what am I gonna learn something from him. And one day whenever I was about to eat dinner, I was seeing that he is consulting some other persons about certain product, how beneficial it is, as well as what are the benefits will it gonna give. Because again, I'm gonna definitely tell that company's name. It is the DXN. So DXN's their main focus is to make a product from a mushrooms, and their taglines or their marketing strategy is that the mushroom is one of the best things for medicines as well as for other kind of products. So long story short, I was about to graduate from the high schools, and as a high school graduates, you always look for any different alternative options to earn some money or something that would be bigger, like maybe $100 or $200, $300. And the approach that he has given me was, hey, this is the plant, and if you do it, then eventually you will become some like Jeff Bezos and those things. So he he literally told me step by step guide. The step by step guide is very simple. So after the dinner, he took me to his rooms, and in the rooms where he said, okay, bring a piece of paper. Hey, Red Hot, hey, how are you doing? What's up from New York City? From where you were watching, just let me know. I was making my dinner, and right now I did, you know what? Just come on the live streams. In the rooms? Nope, I'm not in the room. I'm in the kitchen. I'm just making frying some paratha. I'm just frying my pan, so I'm gonna just bring one paratha. Just let me know from where you guys are watching. Anyway, one of my neighbor roommate, he just came to my rooms and in a piece of paper, he created one of the pyramid types of the triangle. So the first thing first, he told me that, hey, you are at the bottom level. So the main goal, I'm in the Texas. Hey, what time is it right now in the Texas? Because right now in New York City, it's 1:43 a.m. And after he created the pyramid schemes, initially I never ever heard of the pyramid schemes whatsoever. So the first thing first, he told me, hey, whenever you added any persons in your groups, at that time, I'm in Michigan. I was about to go in Michigan because on Friday, my father, he will be traveling from my country. So hopefully we're going to travel in Michigan because I do have few of my relatives over there. Oh, it is 12:43, almost similar. And then after he created the triangle, he told me, "Yeah, right now it's your responsibility to add as many people as possible. And once you add people, tell them to buy the product from the Accents company. And after you buy the Accents company's product, each time other people will buy the product, you will get a commissions. And whenever your groups will become huge, at that times you will become a leader. And if you are a leader, Elena, yeah, hi, Elena. I see that you said you are from Michigan. So what time is it right now in Michigan? And after other people will buy the product, Then you get the commissions, you become the leader, you have your own groups. And if there is many people will join the pyramid schemes like that, if there are many people will join, the company will get more sales. And after they will gonna make more sales, in that case, is company would definitely gonna reward you. So the reward is they will gonna call you for the conference, and once you go to the conference, they will gonna show you, oh, this person's he's in the top tier level leader, and right now he's having XYZ car, XYZ lifestyles. So you guys also have to be loyal to the companies and try to buy as many stuff as possible and add as many people as possible. And those are the same thing that my neighbor, I accidentally summoned Scar 20 times. And anyway, let me just tell you everything quickly. And then this is same thing, this my neighbor, he was also telling me. And afterward, he also showed me some of the profile pictures of the people who is actually working in the DXMs. And since a high school graduate myself, I got completely convinced that, oh, this is a very good opportunity. So why don't I call my Arab friends? Because I grew up in Middle East. Why can't I tell my other high school friends? Because those are also as dumb as me. The high school graduates, you don't have enough information about the outside world, what is pyramid schemes, how people will gonna gain your money. I was constantly telling few of my friends, and even I had a very good close friend circles, and those people have trusted me. Those people has trusted me, and then eventually they also sign up for those particular companies. And as the saying goes, that's when something is too good to be true, then eventually there should be some kind of red flag you will gonna notice. So as a result, I was digging a little bit more information that what this company is all about, why they're giving out free money and how exactly it works. And then I came close to even my neighbor, he literally convinced me to spend around 100 dirham because I was in the Middle East at that time. And after I bought 100 dirhams, those things such as soap as well as some other I would say kind of facial creams or something to remove the blackhead stuff. And that's cost me around 100 bucks. And it is a little bit more expensive than the usual regular items. After I spent 100 bucks, I told him, hey, how much commission did I make? He was saying, no, 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 still your group is not huge. So therefore, you have to, excuse me, therefore, you have to add as many people as possible. Dude, I need to drink some water. So anyway, you have to add as many people as possible. When more people will buy your product, eventually, maybe 1 or 6 months later, you will gonna get your commissions. And commissions, the company will gonna give you the commissions. And each time any people buy any products, you accumulated the points. Ultimately, after I find out that DXNs, it is also one of the pyramid schemes. And then I try to notify that guy, the guy who introduced me. I try to notify him, hey man, this is not so good. So even though after I inform him, he was not convinced enough that nope, it is a perfect business. It is means he gets some kind of commissions because he tried to convince other people to join to his um, DXN's groups. So even whenever I join to under him, and I spend $100, 100 dirham, he got certain person commissions. So the way it works, this is the pyramid schemes, and the person who is sitting at the tops, he's gaining so much amount of money when the other people who buy the product from the companies, because he's sitting at the tops, other people join under him, and each time those people buy the products, the top persons who is getting the commissions. And afterward, I decided, you know what? I just got messed up. I I lost my 100 dirhams. And then later on, I just learned in a hard way. And I immediately also notified a few of my friends who got involved into the DXNs. And guess what? I came in New York City. Somebody were offering the free jobs, no training, nothing is required, earn free money. I got quite shocked. What the heck is going on? To get any kind of jobs in anywhere, whether any places around the world, you need some experience, you need some skills, something. But this lady, she's saying, oops, this lady, she's saying that, hold it on, my pen got too much hot. This lady, she was saying that, nope, you do not require any kind of experience whatsoever. What is going on? Let me just show you guys what am I making. Oops. All right. And this lady, she was saying that, I mean, you do not require anything. It is so free. And I immediately call her up that, hey, why it is so special that you do not require any kind of skills, anything. Let me put the heat in the medium. You do not require any skills or anything. Whenever I call her up, she was saying, no, it is nothing, but only you have to buy some product or just tell your family, friends to join our company, and we're going to give you some training. Training here, I mean to say that was just, we're going to explain you how you have to recruit, how you have to convince other people to join your, join your companies or join under you. Cried tears of gold, high cried tears of gold from where you were watching. And after I told her that, hey, ma'am, this is a pyramid scheme. You should not tell anyone that this is a jobs. This is just a pyramid schemes. The company who is trying to tell you to add other people's, they are trying to use you to make profit out of your bank, I would say. Bro, I told her in a polite way. I even give her some resources. You put in the law. I put her some, give her some resources. Told her just go to the YouTube, search pyramid schemes. If you know Bengali, if you know whichever language, they're gonna explain you properly. It is not a real business. Eventually, she's saying that no, this is a real business whatsoever. I say, you know what? I warn you. If you wanna go ahead, just go ahead, no problem. So one of the lessons which I have learned is if you do not explore the many areas as well as many, I would say many areas as well as many different fields, then you would not going to understand. So therefore, one advice which I would give myself, especially in the future if I become parent, was try to allow my children to explore as many different kind of earning source as possible. Because I myself I have seen that the many of the parents they literally restrict their children to start with only education systems rather than exploring, let's say, in social media's earning or e-commerce or those things, because in their mind they're thinking, oh, right now you are a student, you have to full focus, but the world doesn't work like that. Even though if you have the PhD or if you have any different level of degrees, but still they require the experience, or they require some kind of skills, knowledge that you can contribute to the organization. So in the early age, as far as I believe that if the children who are already know what skills, what tools are required in order to bring value to the organizations, then once they will gonna graduate from the high schools or university or college, it would be much more easier for them to know how to get the finance, to know how to earn the finance without depending on their parents or without depending on 5 to 9 jobs. Because according to my experience, I have even seen, my even father, he said, nope, right now you are in the high school. As a result, you have to be full focus. You need to study. But he doesn't understand that even though if you fully study, fully dedicated your study, at the end of the day, whichever company, whichever organizations that you're going to work in, they're going to ask you what skills, what experience, what projects, what you have done. And even in my high school, I was involved in many different clubs as well as many different activities. But at the end of the day, those things does not gonna give you enough value. Why not? Because trust me, they require the real life experience. They do not want to know whether you are the president of a science club or whether you are the president of the typing club. All right. Yeah, the president of the typing club, science club, do care by, let's say, you graduated from the high schools and then you are trying to get into some Ivy League or some of the best university colleges. At that time, they're going to ask you, okay, what are the other extracurricular activities that you have done? So that is the reasons I always encourage every single of my viewers as well as myself that try to get involved in outside sources, try to learn, try to earn something. All right. And what else? There is one of the, which let me just check, is the portal is getting ready. Let me turn off. Oh, there is one viewer. Say hi in the chat and let me know from where you are watching. Yesterday, I was planning to go back and play the FC 25. That is one of the soccer games. Because again, in 2015, I used to play the FIFA a lot. But since because of the high school stuffs, I stopped playing. I stopped playing and completely focus on to the school related works and activities. As a result, I just kept playing around maybe 5 or 4 years. And a weeks ago, I saw one of the streamer. He's playing FC 25, and then suddenly I asked him, "Hey, which games you are playing?" And then he's saying, "Oh, I'm playing the FC 25." And then I say, "You know what? Just give it a shot." And then I realized, oh no, the FC 25 it is similar to the FIFA, which I used to play FIFA 2015. But right now they have just changed the name, and it is more cool to be honest. If you guys wanna try, then you can do that. And they do have some of the training stuff. Like you can train before playing a real match. And so I decided, you know what? Maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow, we're gonna try the FC 25 live. And what else? Oh, there is one viewer. Today during the lunchtime, I was super duper hungry. I didn't even make any kind of food at home. I decided, you know what? Let's buy one Chipotle. So I bought one of the Chipotle, but since the Chipotle, the way I buy the Chipotle, it is extremely huge. So even though if I eat the Chipotle, but still at the end, it seems like there are some more Chipotles are left over. So what I do is that I immediately just put in the fridge, and during the night time, you don't have to cook everything. So just grab the Chipotle and make some paratha and have that. Do you guys like Chipotle? Because Chipotle, I compare the Chipotle as well as the sweet green, but the sweet greens, as far as I had was sweet green, they literally showed you in the advertisement that their bowl is much more bigger. But once you buy it, you will gonna notice that their bowl is this much big, this much big. So that is the reason for after having one lunch, I think few weeks ago, I decided, you know what, never ever gonna never ever gonna have the sweet greens again. And what is worst part is that that is the my first time buying the sweet greens, and the person who is just giving me the sweet greens, he I forgot it was she. She literally messed things up. I told her one kind of bowls, and she just gave me different kind of bowls. So that is the reasons from that day onward, I decided, you know what? Each time, whenever I will get hungry, I'm gonna just buy one chipotle or some kind of another burrito bowl, because there is one of the another restaurant in the New York City that is called the um, that is called Express Taco, I think. They also provide the burrito bowl, and their burrito bowl is so delicious. Mm. All right. So today was, I think, 26th day out of 365 days. And definitely we're gonna do I think tomorrow I'm definitely gonna come bring a different kind of content. Different content here, I mean to say. For example, I do play FC 25, and I will see if I can able to make enough storage in my phone, and then we're gonna download the Fortnite, because one of my viewers, he also requested me that whether I should play Fortnite. If I could play Fortnite, they will also gonna join. But again, I never ever played the Fortnite in my entire life, even PUBG, because PUBG. Yesterday, when I was speaking with one of my coworker, he was showing me that he had been playing PUBG since 7 years. Since 7 years, I was asking, why don't you play the Fortnite? He's like, no, he is not used to the Fortnite. Then I realized, you know what? The guy who played the PUBG, or the player who is very good at PUBG, they do not like Fortnite. And the people who like Fortnite a lot, they do not play PUBG. Oops, that's it. My part is done. Let's go. We're gonna list him right now, and I'm gonna just.